Welcome to the awakening. The awakening is a little bit of eye-opening information that I'm going to be sharing with you. So I'm not a professional. I'm not a knowledgeable person as far as, technical, especially electrical stuff. Why I chose the word awakening, because if I would have used revival, I might have offended a few people in thinking that it's going to be a religious conversation, what it's not going to be. It will be mentioned throughout the show, but it's not, topically only religious. I couldn't say revolution because I didn't want people to think that I'm a nut or I want to cause physical harm to anybody, which I don't. The only thing I want to do is reopen the minds of good people, the ones that know exactly what's right and what's wrong. And hopefully together we'll be able to stop this nonsense. I just want to give a brief about myself. I was born in New York City. I grew up most of my life in the Bronx. I moved to Chicago. I came back to the Bronx. I went to Queens. I did a little stint in Rikers. I was in Manhattan. I've been in New York basically my whole life. And New York City is New York State is one of the best states and cities in the world. And unfortunately, we are allowing it to be destroyed. We're allowing things that are happening that shouldn't be happening in our state, city, and our country. Hopefully, you guys are going to agree with me and we can fight back and try to stop and push it back a little bit. As far as my work history, I started work when I was 12 years old delivering milk. I went into a hamburger joint called Wesson's. I've delivered bread, by Chico bread. I worked in supermarkets. I was a butcher, a referee, an umpire, and so on and so forth. I sold cartoon videos on the street. I sold flowers on the street. I was a master of, I was a master of none and a jack of all trades. There's really only one master, and that's my God, my Savior. By the way, I am a Christian. I believe that Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior, my only Lord and Savior. But that's my belief and my opinion. Everyone that I'm speaking to, whatever you believe in, atheists, if you don't believe, even the Satan lovers, I respect you. This is your choice. I'm just saying, letting you know who I am. And I believe God allowed me to walk in so many shoes, different jobs, different positions. So I was also living on the street, by the way, on my thing there when I was not doing well. And but we'll all have the opportunity to change, to make a difference in ourselves and other people's lives. And I'm hoping that today, that in the future, we're going to be able to join together as Americans, not as a Muslim, not as a Jehovah's Witness or Christian, but as Americans. Because as Americans, it's our responsibility to make sure that our future stands firm, that we're going to have the rights to be free, to do the things we want to do, and not force things on us. During the show, we're going to be discussing about bullying, hate crimes. There's certain organizations that they call us hate mongers. Well, it's not us that are closing down bakeries, giving trouble to the Hobby Lobby show, whatever it is, that store. Excuse my French, I'm not a professional speaker. I'm just a concerned American that I think it's time, that we just do what we need to do. We're being forced to learn about, our children are forced to be learned about different sexual preferences in our schools. Nobody cares about your sexual preferences. If it's going to be taught one, it's got to be taught them all. Incense, bestiality, polygamy, whatever it may be. If you're going to shove it down the kid's throat, you got to shove it all down their throat. I'm going to be talking about winning and losing. If you don't have a winner, a first place, someone that's going to be the top, the child below and the other children are not going to have the thought in their head to make themselves better, to work harder, to be that number one. What's the point? If you're going to have the same prize as the first place winner, there's no winner, there's no loser, then what's the incentive of making that child go out and be better, to better himself? So we're going to be talking a little bit about that. I'm going to be talking about Walt Disney. Walt Disney, they don't understand, if it was not for the people, they wouldn't be in business. They wouldn't have their parks and everything else. They had the nerve, I don't know if anybody heard, but they had the nerve about a month and a half ago that told the Boy Scouts that if by 2015, that if they don't have gay troop leaders in their organization, that Walt Disney is going to stop funding them. I don't believe Walt Disney himself had this in mind. I mean, you know, I don't believe he would be involved with pornography, which Walt Disney now is involved in pornography. I don't think he would force an organization that he was donating to put to force them to do something that's out of the range. If you're going to donate to the charity, you got to do it from the heart. You don't put no restrictions on where that money's coming. Now, as far as Walt Disney, I would believe that between all the religions, Muslims and the Greek Orthodoxes and the Jehovah's Witnesses, together, if you don't want to come out publicly, but just let's stop going to Walt Disney. Cut him out. Who you want to put a threat like that? Is this how we want our country to be run? By people who are going to put threats on us? I mean, like I said before, there's this one organization, they forced a CEO to resign. They closed down a bakery shop. This is nonsense. If I own a store and a gentleman or a woman comes into my store and disgracefully does things in my store morally to myself and my customers, and I ask them not to come back because they've offended me and I'm not going to serve them, that's my right. And if it's my right that I don't want to bake a cake for you, or I donate to an organization, that's my right. I wish the ACLU would come and represent me and other Americans who feel the same way that I do. You talk about haters. We don't hate them. We don't go after them on their jobs. We don't close their businesses down. What you do in your bedroom is your business. I don't want to know, and other people don't want to know. I was sitting the other day with my grandson watching a TV show, and all of a sudden, bam, right in front of me, you got two guys kissing. That's gross. To me, that's gross. If this is what you enjoy to do, God bless you, you enjoy it. If you're going to put it on a television, please, in the beginning where they says violence and language and this, make sure you put same-sex shots. Don't leave it where you're going to be surprised that my little child's got to see this filth. To me, to you it might be enjoyable. I got to be honest, I'm a man, I'm a pig. I catch two girls kissing, I watch for 3 seconds. Gets me, you know, I'm a pig, I'm a man, what are you going to do? I shut it off though. 2 or 3 seconds I watch it, yeah, I'm in it. Okay, but I'm a pig. But it's done, it's finished. It's still wrong, my opinion, not yours, mine. I'm going to be talking about Guinness Beer. Guinness Beer had the nerve to pull their money out of the Irish Day Parade this year because the committee did not want the gay organization to carry their flag. They were allowed to march in it, but they weren't allowed to carry their banner. So what's wrong with that? Okay. I want to talk about that. We should protest Guinness Beer too, all you Irish folks, and everybody else who drinks the beer. What else am I going to talk about? Oh, a dear friend of mine told me, I don't remember what state he said that it was in, that there was a boys' baseball field and a girls' baseball field. I just saying these things off the top of my head because I want to give you an idea of all the different subjects we're going to be discussing. The boys went out, found did a fundraiser. They didn't have bleachers in the field. They went out. They raised the money. They built the nice bleachers for themselves. Do you know the girl team brought them to court? And the judge, this is how ridiculous this our system is going. The judge told the boys they had to tear down the field. Are you absurd? This is how you teaching them? Why didn't the judge just tell them, listen, do what the boys did. Raise the money and get the same field or get a better field. But how dare he tells them that the boys worked hard, came up with the initiative to go out and succeed and do something with themselves, that you're going to shut them down? Isn't that kind of discouraging that maybe they won't try it again in something else in their life? Why bother? I'm going to get chewed and I got to reverse it anyhow. This is what we're setting out to do. Please, it's getting ridiculous with these things. Now, another thing I'm going to be discussing, we have these feminists. I love women, and women will tell you I love them. I completely respect them all. I was brought up that you're supposed to protect your women, your elderly, your handicapped, and your children. You're supposed to protect them completely, and I do. We're going to skip real quick because I'm going back to the abortions for a second here. You know how you women want these rights? Oh, we're going to vote. This guy's giving us rights. He's giving us rights. What rights did he give you? You went from wearing a dress to wearing pants. You went to not smoking to smoking. You went from not voting to voting. You have two women that was elected for vice president to become vice president. You had two secretary of states. You have what, 2 or 3 women on the Supreme Court. You have CEOs. What rights did he give you? He gave you the right to kill a baby. That's the way, God's child. He gave you the right. Wait a minute. Where's over here? Over here. Let me see. Here. What's this? Planned Parenthood aborts 333,964 babies per year. Per year. And it costs $542 million of our taxpayers that come out of our pocket, this money. It's like $1,300 abortion that we're paying to kill God's children. How exciting is that? This is your rights. If the rights that these people are talking about, I think it was in the state of Texas, they tried to pass a law that the people that are doing the abortions should have the same qualifications as the ones that are doing the abortions in hospital emergency rooms. You know the law was shot down. They said, no, it's not necessary. And this is protecting the women? To allow a butcher to go in there and just rip out your baby, your fetus? This is protecting your child. What other things, what other medical procedures does Planned Parenthood do? If you go, women, you go there and you look for a mammogram, you're not going to get it there. You're going to go send someplace else. And you're going to get it someplace else. They don't do anything about abortions. This is my opinion. It's wrong. You're killing God's children, period. That's my opinion. There's people out there that really don't care. I'm also going to be talking about racists. And this is something I don't understand here. There's a beautiful couple. She's an actress. He works, I think, Fox News. They just got married, happy couple, and they're having racial problems. They were slurring her. Are you kidding me? In today's time, enough is enough, people. Okay? Enough is enough. Stop with the nonsense. You talk about, oh, we're prejudiced, we're prejudiced. We're not the ones who starts their own black entertainment awards, black music awards. This is the way black people date.com. We're not doing that. You guys are separating yourselves from the white man. And if it wasn't for the white man, back in the Civil War, you know how many white families lost their brothers and their fathers to free use? So what makes you think all white people are bad? All white people are not bad. All black people aren't bad. All Chinese people, all Korean people, all Japanese people. It don't matter. You have jerks in every nationality. Period. You have the good and you have the bad in all. So don't categorize all in one. Because there's many black friends that I have that I would be willing to stand by their side and die for and protect them and their family. So don't give me this baloney. And there's a lot more of me like out there. And people that are working together with black people or whatever they're doing, playing sports or whatever together, you have that friendship. I'm sure of it. You don't show them off after the work or whatever it may be. All right. Now, I'm on, I think, a little bit, what am I on? About 10, 15 minutes, I think, 8 minutes. This was just a quick idea of what I'm going to be discussing. If you're interested in me for continuing on, I would like to continue on, but I'd like your opinion on this. If I was to do so, my phone number is, I lost the page. Here it is. My phone number is 1-844-322-9254. Again, 1-844-322-9254. Please give me a call if you're really interested. I will continue. I did get this 800 number, and I would like to try to do this on a daily basis, an hour a day. Not right away. I want to get some opinions and make sure I'm doing the right thing and not stepping on anybody's toes, which I don't want to. I just want to get us together to be one and to straighten out and make sure that our children's and grandchildren's future is secure, is that they're going to have the same opportunity as we did. Again, thank you, and I'll speak to you soon.